The ocean is a chaotic, unforgiving environment that actively resists human passage. Against that immense physical power, pit the frame of a 7-year-old child. This animated map outlines the Palk Strait. It separates India and Sri Lanka by a massive 29 kilometers of unpredictable water. To cross it is a major athletic milestone. To cross it in exactly 9 hours and 50 minutes at age 7 defies standard biological expectations. That finishing time belongs to Ishank Singh. He's a third-grade student from Ranchi, Jharkhand, who first developed an intense fixation on swimming when he was only 3 years old. High achievement is a fixture in his daily environment. He attends Jawahar Vidya Mandir, Anomaly, the exact same institution that produced India's World Cup winning cricket captain, MS Dhoni. Conquering the Palk Strait was a calculated project. It relied on an engineered, multi-year conditioning strategy designed to harden a child's body against oceanic conditions long before he reached the starting line. That conditioning took place at Ranchi's Dhurwa Dam, under the strict supervision of coaches Aman Kumar Jaiswal and Bajran Kumar. The daily regimen was punishing. This chart illustrates the severity of the training. While a standard pool is controlled and predictable, Ishank swam 10 to 15 kilometers every day in winter waters that dropped to 13 degrees Celsius, all while dealing with skin rashes and local aquatic wildlife. Looking at the overlay on this chart, you can see the massive protein deficit created by this level of physical exertion. To close that gap, his strictly vegetarian family made a drastic adaptation, completely overhauling their dietary beliefs to feed him a non-vegetarian diet. By March, physical conditioning was no longer enough. He needed oceanic acclimatization. The family relocated to Rameshwaram for 10 days to expose him directly to harsh saltwater, actual ocean waves, and the unpredictable pull of the tide. Surviving this phase proves a distinct reality. A world record like this belongs equally to the physical endurance of the child and the radical dedication of the parents and coaches supporting him. The expedition began at Talamanar on April 30th. Severe weather and harsh waves immediately disrupted the schedule, forcing a 2-hour delay before he finally entered the water at 4:08. This vector map shows the primary environmental threat he faced. For hours, strong, opposing ocean currents continually pushed backward against his forward trajectory toward Sri Lanka. Think about that dynamic. When the ocean actively pushes you backward for 10 hours straight, what does a 7-year-old actually need to keep going? Physical strength has clear limits at age 7. Ishank's coaches found that his real advantage was a refusal to yield to discomfort. He had already spent months training through skin rashes and dam water snakes without hesitation. That mental baseline allowed him to push through the ocean's resistance for nearly 10 hours. An undertaking of this magnitude required international security logistics. For the critical first 15 kilometers, the Sri Lankan Navy provided a direct escort. Mid-ocean, a highly coordinated handover took place. The Indian Coast Guard assumed control, securing the perimeter for his final push toward the domestic shoreline. Completing the Palk Strait relies on a specific rhythm. It requires maintaining relentless, methodical forward motion, stroke after stroke, despite the total weight of the ocean's resistance. At 1:50 p.m., Ishank arrived at Dhanushkodi. The 29-kilometer open water crossing was officially complete. This comparative bar chart puts his finishing time into clear perspective. He finished in 9.5 hours. When you compare that against historical benchmarks, like 10-year-old Jay Jaswant's 10.5 hours or 13-year-old Jia Rai's 13 hours, the statistical anomaly of his speed becomes obvious. The Universal Records Forum formally verified the achievement, awarding him the certificate for the youngest and fastest Palk Strait swimmer. The physical feat quickly gained national traction, drawing official public commendations from Jharkhand's Chief Minister, local members of parliament, and his own school administration. Ishank's success relies on the alignment of 3 specific variables: a child's inherent drive, a regimen that mirrors professional athletic standards, and a support structure willing to overhaul its own lifestyle, from diet to geography, to meet the demands of the mission. The Palk Strait record shows the potential of extreme discipline. When a training plan is executed with this level of precision, the biological age of the athlete becomes a secondary factor to the strength of the preparation.